want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. I would also like to give a double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, unto the true and sincere brothers that are prophesying and laboring in this truth and this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. Normalized suffering and poverty. And this is one of the, I read this on a post and on Reddit, and it made perfect sense. And this is what the New World Order wants to accomplish. It's what they, it's one of their, it's one of their, it's one of their goals they want to accomplish as this system, this society begins to make a great decline. All right, it's already making a decline, but normalizing suffering and poverty is kind of it's already in effect with the increased rates of rent. You got more evictions, so you got, you're gonna have people, living with each other, family members, multiple people, in small homes and small apartments. Okay, rent is sky high. All right, this is pretty much, if you don't have um pretty much the financial stability, you purchasing a home is just out the question. All right, and rent is higher than, rent and mortgage is like neck and neck now. All right, of course the food is, steady on a incline. Or they're not going to tell you that. Okay, but excuse me, on the incline. But eventually things is just going to get this out of hand where you're going to have hyperinflation. All right, but the people, they have to live. People still got to live. People still got to eat. People still have to go to work with, and even though gas is not that high right now, it only takes one weekend or for shit to, go over $5, $6, $7, or an event, like possibly war, an invasion. So all these different factors, all right, that basically determine your livelihood, your life. Esau is in control of. They control all the resources. Okay, and it's just once you're tied to this system, all right, you really don't have no escape. All right, except through this truth. Okay, but normally everyone's, you got your have and your have-nots, but pretty soon is everyone's gonna be in the same boat because everyone's gonna suffer. All right, you're gonna have, like during the time of the pandemic, when people was out of work, there were layoffs, stores, businesses were closed. People didn't have any means of financial support, financial stability, and they were waiting on, what is it? What was it called? Unemployment. Where you see a lot of Edomites that had, that before had a little bit of money, they had a status. They was in these what are they called? Food bank lines. Okay, and what Esau is doing is they're going to make this a normal thing. All right, you look at some of these major cities, mainly the ones, the Democrat-run cities, San Francisco, um, Los Angeles, Chicago. The homelessness is a norm. To see, how the homeless people make those little encampments and stuff. That's everywhere. Okay, it's becoming normalized where you just see it and it's not a big deal. All right, especially in LA. I just came from LA, maybe a couple of months ago, and that shit was just, you see homelessness everywhere. It's normal. Okay, New York. Okay, a lot of cities. Okay, it's not going to be it's not going to be, it's not a surprise anymore. All right, some of these tourist attractions, Hollywood Boulevard, you got a lot of homelessness down there. Or we live out here in Vegas, you don't see too much homelessness on the strip, but eventually you will. Okay, you're going to see homelessness where people never thought they would see it. Okay, you're going to see an increase of unemployment. Okay, with people, out of jobs because AI and Chat GPT are taking a lot of jobs. People don't want to admit it. All right, people don't think that, we're close to that point, but we're at that point. You had IBM, another tech company, Google. They laid off a bunch of people. Like, I ain't saying like a few hundred. They laid off thousands. All right, they probably gave them some severance package, but any place that they could probably get a job at, they're tied to AI. They're tied to the Chat GPT. Okay, so everyone's going to be suffering. Everyone's going to be catching hell. Okay, but it's those that, and Esau knows this. That's why they're going to attach. They're going to come forth with that UBI, which is the ultimate solution for this poverty, for this suffering. Okay, and we know if those that's in the know, what that comes with. It's a catch. It's a catch-22 with everything Esau puts out there. All right, so and ultimately this relief, I'll say, with the UBI, the monthly stipends that the government is going to give out, your state or city or whatever, it's going to come with. You're going to get used to it, and eventually, Esau is going to attach his MOTB to that. Okay, because this devil is they want to run everything. They want to control everything. They want to control all the resources. Okay, and that's the type of devil that we're dealing with. Okay, they don't want no one to be self-sufficient. They don't want no one to do nothing of their own. Nobody gonna be living off the grid. Okay, you ain't gonna be growing your own food or have your own none of that. You're gonna have to go to him for the one of all things. Okay, but it's the elect that's not gonna fall for the okie doke. That's not gonna that's gonna know when to draw the line. Okay, and the elect, yeah, they may suffer for a little bit. Okay, but at the end of the day, they're gonna trust and believe in Yahawashi in His word that He says, "My servant shall eat." All right, my servant shall have abundance. They shall laugh at famine. These are all scriptures that we know that we believe in. Okay, but let me start with I want to start with this scripture in Proverbs because Jake don't realize that how much this devil controls. All right, how this devil can pretty much just shut off all the resources to your city. Okay, and that's eventually that's what they're going to do to a certain degree. All right, to make you people suffer. All right, so you'll be begging these people will be begging for a new world order. They'll be begging for a new program, a new deal, or whatever. All right, this is Proverbs 22 and verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. And we clearly know who the rich is, and we know who the poor is. Okay, even you Israelites that think you got a little bit of money, you got a status, you got a good career, you play for a professional sports team, you're still the poor. Okay, because you don't control any resources. You pay your light bill and your water bill just like everyone else. If you don't pay it, yeah, you may have a little bit more resources than us, but at the end of the day, Esau about to put everybody in the same boat. Okay, because the closer and closer we get to this election, shit can pop off. Shit can get, where you think Esau shut the world down with that pandemic, they may shut the world down with this election. Proverbs 28 and verse 15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is the wicked ruler over the poor people. All right, who's the wicked? It clearly says who the wicked is in Malachi 1 and 4. Okay? And whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down and call them, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom the Most High Yahawah have indignation forever. So it's a people. All right? And it said at the top of the verse, where is Edom? Edom. Okay, Edom is Esau. Esau is Edom. Okay? Esau is the progenitor of the so-called white race. All right, and I ain't talking about your average Edomite, the so-called white man that live next door to you or you work with. I'm talking about they're Edomites, but we're talking about the wicked that rule the world, the international banking family. Okay, the elites of this wicked society. All right. Let me grab this real quick. Sirach 13 and verse 19. As a wild ass is a lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. Okay, this devil is really about to flex his muscle on the world as they try to fulfill this new world order. All right, they're gonna bring that. They're gonna bring that chaos. They're gonna bring these uprisings. All right, they're gonna even though some of them may be planned, but some of them they might not be planned because people are really gonna be catching hell out here, and they're gonna uprise and protest against their government, against their city, against their state officials. All right, because people are going to be catching hell. At the end of the day, it's going to get to a point. It's going to get so bad out here. People are going to feel like they ain't got shit to lose. I might as well run up in this building or run up in this store or try to go loot the local grocery store. That's how bad it's going to get out here. Okay, and Esau, of course, they're going to come with that. They're going to come with that sword because that's what they know best. All right, they're going to do any and everything, so they got to use a sword. So they got to send in robots with flamethrowers on them and machine guns and killer drones. They're going to use all that technology. Okay, and this actually goes back to the curses, Deuteronomy 28 and 44. It reads, "He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail." Okay, so that, like I said, Esau has always, this going back, to the, in the curses, it's even more evident today. Okay, we don't have nothing. All right, our people, Jake. All right, Israelites. All right, right now this devil's the head, and we're the tail. Okay, so they like I said, they control all the markets, all these industries. Okay, they control all the resources. All right, and they're gonna, just like they did in 70 AD, they're gonna starve the people out. Okay, they may cut off your water. Or Scripture says that, and they may shut down. The Scripture says, man, the Scripture has everything just mapped out. Prophecy. Second Ezra 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the storehouses appear unsown. The full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty. Who controls that? Esau. Okay? So they control the food coming in and out of your stores, in and out of your cities. Okay? They control if the shelves are going to be stocked or not. And the trumpet shall give a sound, and when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. And at that time, friends shall fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So that's your running water. Okay? Esau controls that. He say Esau cut off your running water for a week or 2 weeks. Then what do? Okay? That you flush that toilet one time, that's it. Okay? The commode ain't filling back up. All right? Or the tank ain't filling back up. All right? A lot of people take this shit for granted. The things, the resources, the luxuries that we have, the little that we do have, but Esau's about to cut all of that shit away. Okay? Esau's about to really make you, Jake, suffer. That's this devil coming down with great wrath. Let me grab that. Revelations 12 and 12. Because these devils are not, they serious about the new world order. All right? They ain't playing around. All right? And anybody that stands in the way, all right, Esau going to go straight through them. All right? Unless they got the spirit of Yahawashi, and then still it's going to be martyrs. All right, but they're gonna be the first ones to be raised up. Our Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. Let me see. This devil know that he doesn't have but a short time, and he gonna do any and everything in his power within his reach with the power that he has to make sure he gonna try to fulfill it. All right. Let me grab this because I mentioned how Jake is gonna suffer. Jake think they suffering now. All right. This is really the story of Jake's life. Haggai 1 and 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Okay, so the curses that our people are on, the curses that are on our people right now is going to intensify. All right, yeah, we know that our captivity is up, but hey, the things are going to get worse. All right, you think the suffering is going to get worse. All right, you just got paid and all your check is gone to bills. All right, that's every day with Jake, but it's going to even be worse where your check comes in and you paying bills, trying to pay bills from last month. You trying to keep your lights on. You trying to keep your water running. Okay, Jake may have to sell their car because to have some money. All right, people don't or Jake don't consider these things that these things that are on the brink of taking place. But hey, it's right around the corner, and it could come it could come at an instant. All right, I got a few more scripts. Like I said, Esau gonna starve you niggas out, man. And the scriptures, the scriptures, they paint a vivid picture. This is Revelation 6, and I'll start at 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands, and the balances represent judgment. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "The measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." And a measure of wheat for a penny represents a day's wage, a day's work. Okay, so you work, so say you worked a whole day's work, and all you can afford is one meal. Okay, one meal from a fast food place. Okay, that's all you can afford. All right, and for your whole day's work. But hey, if you got a family to feed, all right, so you got to split that meal maybe 4 ways or 5 ways. All right, that's how bad it's going to get. Okay, it's going to get, man. It says it in Daniel 12:1. It's going to be a time like there's never been since there was a nation. All right, and Esau and the Most High is using Esau as his sword to execute that judgment. What is that? Psalms 19. Is it 19? I think it's 9. Let me see. Damn, what is that scripture? Damn, let me find that scripture. Bear with me 1 second. Psalm 17. Psalm 17 and verse 13. 13. Yeah, 13. Arise, O Lord Yahawah, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay, the Lord and Esau. Hey, this what's that scripture? It says, "The sword is being furbished." Okay, Esau know how to work that sword. Okay, and he gonna get busy. He gonna man. It's gonna be a lot of suffering. Okay, and Esau wants to make it like it's not a big deal because they ain't catching hell. All right, and to a lot of Jakes here, Jake is used to catching hell, but Jake ain't used to catching the hell that they about to catch. It's about global poverty. Okay, like those like these third world countries. America's becoming that third world country that you see on TV where they want you to send money. That's real shit. All right, I got a few more scriptures. I want to grab this one scripture in the GNT. Actually, this is Second Ezra's 15 and verse 17. I'm gonna start at. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, And because of their pride, cities shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All this stuff going on. Okay, it's going to be suffering. It's going to be, a great tribulation. All right, it's going to be famine. All right, it's going to be pestilence. Okay, it's going to be what Scripture says in Matthew the 24th chapter. The love of many shall wax cold. It says where it says it right here, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. All right, ain't gonna be no love out there. Okay, I just read the scripture in 2nd Ezra 6:22. Neighbor shall fight against neighbor. I mean, friends shall fight against friends shall fight his foes. Okay, and Esau is the one that's orchestrating all of this because they have the resources for they truthfully they have the resources to provide for everyone to have abundance, for everyone for a society to thrive. But this devil, he don't want it like that. All right, he wants people to suffer. He wants people to be in a impoverished state. He wants people to fight and kill each other so they can come in and restore the order with their new world order system. All right, the next scripture I want to grab it in the it's 2nd Ezra's, but I wanted to grab it in the I wanted to grab it in the G&T, and it's 2nd Ezra 16. Let me see if I can get to it. Yeah, 2nd Ezra 16. 16, and I'm going to start at verse 18. I can get to it. All right, I'll start at 17. I'm doomed. Who will rescue me in those days? Trouble will come, for many people will groan. Famine will come, and many will die. Wars will come, and the world powers will tremble. Disasters will come, and everyone will be terrified. What will people do when these disasters come? Famine, epidemics, troubles, and suffering are sent to punish and correct people. That's the scripture that says these are sent for scourges, for amendments. Okay? But in spite of all this, they will not turn away from their sins. They soon forget their punishment. Okay, so all these suffering, all this poverty, all right, that's going to take place, all right, global poverty, all right, Jake's still not going to get right. Jake is still going to be trying to figure out a way out. Jake is still going to try to find a way to try to Yahawah their way out of this. All right, try to Yahawah around the MOTB. All right, it ain't gonna work this time, Jake. All right, the only path, only way is through the straight gate. It's through Yahawashi. All right, you can't it says in St. John 10:10, you can't climb up another way. Okay, it says let me see. You got to enter in at the door. Verse John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door is not into the sheepfold, but climbeth up another way. The same as a thief and a robber. You can't climb up another way. You got to go through the straight gate. You got to go through the fire. All right, to be made, to be refined as gold is tried in the fire. The scripture says. Okay, so I just want to make this, do this quick lesson. How Esau is eventually going to normalize. Wants to normalize poverty and suffering. All right, part of their new world order. All right. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect, and I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakadash. Till next time, I say Shalom.